I worked in travel for nearly 20 years, mostly in customer service, resolving travelers' post-vacation complaints. The one thing that stood out to me the most in that time is the simple truth that some people should not travel. These are their stories.
This was the first time I had a miserable experience, and it was all due to the cruise director.
I'm very sure that there were other reasons that were not his fault, but let's press on.
Upon embarkation, I told him because of my medication, I have severe bus sickness unless I can sit in the front seat.
Duly noted, but this seems to be a personal problem that you should have addressed prior to leaving home.
He told me the solution was to get to the bus 15 minutes early, and I stand a good chance of getting a front seat. I asked him to put a reserved sign on the front seat to ensure I get it every time.
Well, that doesn't seem fair to other guests, does it? Note that he said that you would stand a good chance and not that doing so would guarantee getting what you want.
He emphatically stated that your cruise line doesn't do that.
This is a true statement.
I explained on all my other trips on your cruise line, the cruise director accommodated me by putting a sign on the seat.
This is not a true statement.
Again, he said your cruise line doesn't do that.
So far all the information he has given you has been accurate, so I fail to see how he made your trip miserable.
As a result, on several included bus trips I couldn't get the front seat and was absolutely miserable.
So, this was more you than him.
The cruise director never left the ship to escort me to the bus to assist in my procuring the front seat.
He had already advised you on how to accomplish that. The cruise director does not have the time to escort every guest to the bus so they get the exact seat that they want.
I decided to skip certain tours that included long bus rides. That's not what I paid for.
Probably your smartest decision so far.
Lastly, the last tour was to the Black Forest. I was told this was at least an hour and a half on the bus each way. I went to the bus a half hour early and still couldn't get the front seat. I was sick and uncomfortable throughout the ride.
This lady booked a cruise that she knew included bus trips and wanted the cruise director to make a special exception for her because she said that she gets motion sickness. She requested that the cruise director reserve the front seat of the bus for her every day. The front seat is a prime seating area that is highly sought after because it offers excellent views and is always available on a first-come, first-served basis, hence the cruise director advising her to get to the coach early. Reserving seats on the bus for one particular guest would be very unfair to all the other guests, but this lady was blinded to that by her own selfish desires and did not even see the inconvenience and imposition she was trying to cause. Rather than take initiative and responsibility for her issue, she sought to inconvenience and alienate other guests. Did she consider taking some motion sickness medication to see if that would help? I'm guessing not. Also, something to consider is, if you have motion sickness on a tour coach, the best seat to select is more towards the middle of the coach as that has the least motion. Just like if you had seasickness on an ocean cruise, get a cabin in the middle of the ship. Be kind. Be polite. You're on vacation. And most of all, don't shoot the messenger. The cruise director was honest and polite. This lady was not so much mad at the cruise director, but mad that he did not do what she was demanding. She was asking him to do something that was unfair to other guests and he rightfully declined. Take responsibility for yourself.